I'll have to be honest with you. First thing I'm going to mention right up front is it's free. I like this service when it's free because, you know, you can tie up a lot of money in different services, and from experience I found out that sometimes you can pay a lot of money and you may not be getting that much out of it.
Good afternoon. Welcome to GrainTV. It's the Monday edition, March 23rd. We had the week starting with a higher gain in grains. Corn was up 4 cents a bushel, beans up 8, and wheat in Chicago up 4. Cody, what was the driving force here today?
Well, first of all, I think there's a number of things. We had the U.S. dollar continuing to move lower here. It started to move lower on Friday after kind of recovering after that FOMC meeting. I wouldn't be surprised if we continue to see some downward pressure here on the dollar as people really kind of move away from that thought that we may see a rate hike here in June. People are more expecting it either later on in the year or maybe even next year. So that is going to, I think, continue to devalue the dollar and help grains out here this morning. When you look at wheat, though, there is some concerns about dryness in the plains. We have in the next couple of weeks some scattered showers, but not really enough there to relieve the dryness, which is really not helping out that winter wheat, which is coming out of dormancy. Not only do we have dryness in the U.S. plains, but we also have some dryness in Russia and an abundance of moisture in India, which is actually damaging crop and laying down wheat there. And so you have all these kind of wheat stories that I think not necessarily bullish, but providing a reason here to short cover, and when you get the U.S. dollar moving lower, that just another reason and kind of helps augment that short covering.
Right. And also on Monday we had export inspections that came out. Corn was the leader to the upside, beating analyst expectations with 994,000 metric tons. That was better than 750 to 950, which is what trade analysts had expected. For beans and wheat, they came in line with analyst expectations, so nothing really exciting there. Corn, as we've been saying, has a lot of catching up to do in the second half of the marketing year in terms of moving grain. It's nice to see this week in particular we made it above analyst expectations.
Absolutely. So I guess the question is this morning is, can we continue to move higher? We had a nice move up on Friday, had some follow through here on Monday, but will Tuesday provide a little bit of a turnaround as it oftentimes does? And I guess when I look at the charts here, I do think that there is a chance that we get some selling pressure here on Tuesday. Take a look at the May corn chart. This is a daily chart. Each one of these bars represents 1 day worth of price activity. And this is a chart that you can get on your Grain Hedge trading platform. It's actually all drawn on the Grain Hedge trading platform, so you can do this on your own. And basically what you can see here is that you have this triangle, this wedge that has been forming, and the top side of that wedge has created a resistance line that I think is going to be, when combined with the 50-day moving average, I think it'll have a little bit of selling pressure there. So I think tomorrow is going to be an important trade session to watch. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a little bit of selling pressure here as we move into this area that has been very congested, a lot of choppy trading in the past over the last couple of weeks. Kevin, you know, we have winter wheat moving higher here, gapping higher but unable to close.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think that there's a possibility winter wheat could continue higher, or do you think maybe some resistance here as well?
You know, when you look at the charts, Cody, you know, we did hit that mark that was set back about 6 weeks ago. That's providing some resistance right here. You know, I think like you that maybe Tuesday will bring a little sell-off. We didn't have much strength to the upside, actually closing on the downside for the day. So, you know, I'm a little skeptical. There are, like you said, stories out there, but nothing that's really grabbing hold of this wheat market and turning it around significantly.
Yeah, when you get up around these levels, I mean, you can see when we set that back in earlier February, that high, we had that sort of situation where we traded very sharply higher in the earlier part of the session, closed near the lows, and now we have a similar situation where we gap higher in the morning, but close out near the lows. Just not a lot of excessive buying pressure to continue us moving higher. And when you look at the soybean chart too, I mean, we have the 20-day and the 50-day moving average right close together. Today we touched on it. We saw some selling pressure close right in the middle of the range. So I am a little bit concerned here that maybe tomorrow we don't see a continuation. Perhaps tomorrow we see a little bit of selling pressure. At least that's what I would be preparing for. I think it's a very real possibility. Other than that, guys, keep in mind later on this month, on the 31st, we have planting intentions report. That's really, I think, what the market's going to be paying attention to and preparing for here throughout the rest of the week. These are the expectations. We'll talk more about that later on this week. If you have any questions about what we talked about today, give us a call. The number is 877-472-4607. And remember, if you haven't done so already, take a demo of the trading platform, particularly that mobile platform. Being able to view live quotes in your planter is going to be a nice edge here on your marketing plan going forward for the 2015 year. Thanks a lot for tuning in. We'll see you here on Tuesday.